Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. So I'll try to be brief, 10 minutes to speak about my country. So just to start, Switzerland, maybe you heard about Switzerland for drug policy. Sometimes we describe ourselves as a pioneer of harm reduction, but I would say in the beginning we are just like one country with specific needs, and I don't think we are pioneer. And this guy, maybe you know him, he was living in the capital of Switzerland, and this is what he said about us. So we always have 20 years delay. So the context, this is just to explain first that the context of Switzerland is something specific, and I don't think we are in advance in this kind of subject. So to be fast, we're not going to read that, just use the traditional response to drug policy, which is law enforcement and supply reduction. So we did that in Switzerland, we did that hard, and we got that at the end, which was called the needle parks. Maybe some of you know, it was a reality that has been broadcast all around the world, like places with drug users piling on each other with HIV spreading all over, and big criminality, and like a mess that is really difficult to see. So the reason of this was like the supply reduction cannot be enough, and the demand was abstinence-based. So we decided to put all the users in one place to control them, but this was a disaster, and this provoked a big crisis. And as you know, a crisis is always an opportunity as well. So the thing was, you know, Switzerland, maybe you don't know this country, but it's a small country with mountains, it's very nice. We like to be clean, and so in this reality was not bearable for the Swiss people. So it becomes really the issue number one, and the actors, they have to change, they have to do something to deal with this problem. So first of all, they acknowledge that they don't know how to deal with that. You know, our common approach was not successful, so people, they have to sit together to try to acknowledge the limits of the common approach, to be open to each other, to recognize that, okay, maybe we don't have the truth, maybe we have to go beyond. And so this led to a major shift in local drug policy with new objective. And the objective changed. It was not to reduce supply and demand, it was to lower negative consequences. So sure, we still want to reduce the consumption of drugs as an objective, as a major objective, but the two next objective is lower consequence for drug users, but also for society as a whole. And so maybe I should just talk about the previous slide. This was a compromise between all these local actors. You need to know as well, Switzerland is a federal country with much power on the municipality. So it was a thing based on local compromise, and mainly between politics, security forces, both justice and police, professional, health professional, social professional, but also the population, the neighborhood in the city center especially, where those problems took place. So it's really a bottom-up process, but we need to go fast. So let's go to the main reason of my talk. So this is the four-pillar strategy, as you know, but we said four-pillar, but it's a word. It's just to explain that the introduction of harm reduction within this framework. And harm reduction was also a big challenge because you know, there is some interaction between different approach. As we know the repression, if it is done in a single way, it can have a very big impact on public health. And so harm reduction is there to reduce the burden on public health. So we see here that if you want to go with this strategy with different pillars, they might be contradictory. So we might have problem and we might experience problem. And actually we did experience problem in the beginning, and there was strong opposition between the different actors. And so within these 10 minutes maybe we arrive here to the most important thing to remember, which is a German word, a complicated word, Stadtverträglichkeit. So, Stadtverträglichkeit, it's a German word, we cannot traduce it in English. It is something that a measure should be compatible with the city, something like this. And I put you some quote from Daniel Kubler, which is a very well-known scientist, politics analyst in Switzerland, that tried to describe what took place at this moment. So harm reduction, okay, nice. We are going to take care about drug users, try to save lives, but if we just do that, it will not work because the drug burden on society is too big. People, they are concerned about what they see in everyday life, and what do they see is mainly safety and a feeling of safety within the city center that they want to get back. They want less criminality. So the harm reduction, they understood that if this policy was to continue, they should deliver more. They should deliver more, they should reduce consequences for the whole society as well. And so the harm reduction developed really with these two pillars, drug users, but community as a whole as well. And so we have now things like this. This is Manuel Willi, the chief of police in Bern, in the area of Bern, and this is what he said this year in the press conference we had together, that the consumption room in Bern, which is like a controversial harm reduction strategy, is the best tool he has to ensure safety in Bern. So when we are listening to that, we see all the way we've done. So harm reduction is not something to take care only about drug users. It is something that has a big impact on security as a whole. On the contrary, maybe you know this declaration, it's very good, or maybe you can download it on the internet. A major conference in Frankfurt 6 months, or now 10 months ago, declared that Frankfurt Principle on Drug Law Enforcement. So let's go fast. Recognize that public safety incorporates crime prevention, law enforcement, and public health. And this is exactly the way we develop as well in Switzerland. It's not only harm reduction that should take care about public safety, but public safety should also take care about public health. And in fact, this is what we experience in Switzerland with police forces also informing drug users when they are arrested, you should go there, you should seek treatment, there is needle there. And so we have police as a partner to fight overdose and different problems. And in fact, we have reduced drastically the number of overdose in Switzerland. The consumption room in Geneva, the steering committee, we have the chief of police inside. We also have the abstinence-based program inside. So you see, abstinence-based and harm reduction, sometimes people, they can see they are contradictory, but they are not if people collaborate. And in fact, there is somebody from the abstinence-based program within the consumption room. So we can reach the people, we can talk with them about the opportunities to go to this kind of treatment. And so here we see why this collaboration is possible. With heroin maintenance treatments, we have in Switzerland, we have this kind of result. I don't know if you can see, but on the right, there is property offenses like burglary, things like this. And after 1 year of treatment, you see the decrease of that. So it means out of 20 cases, it remains only 1. So if you want to fight crime, heroin prescription might be one of the best tools we can have in hand. And so that's why this policy now is very well accepted. So also we can say harm reduction will not reduce drug use, but you see the peak here is exactly when we started these new strategies, and in fact it reduced drastically the use of heroin, which is in my country the most dangerous drug. So the references are there. Yeah, I let you. I can send the PowerPoint for those who want. So they are available on the internet. We don't have time to talk about that. So the result was that. So, as a major problem for the population, it decreased to be like just one problem among others. And this is a very good sign for us. So it's a good for the drug user, it's good for the security forces, but it's also good for the population as a whole, which means it is more sustainable, because if you don't answer to the needs of the people, you cannot have a policy that is sustainable. People, they would like to change. And I'll show you as well this map. So this is my country. We know, maybe you know, we have an addiction to vote in my country. We always vote every time, like referendum and things like this. And so we vote on this heroin prescription in '99. So the green one was the one that said yes, and the other one no. And so, as we are addicts, we vote again in '88, and this is the same map with the same colors, and you can see the result. After 10 years of experimenting that, the Swiss population is completely behind that, because the population might not understand why we give heroin to drug addicts. It's something crazy, and I'm sure in this room some people don't see the point of doing that. But in the end, it decreased the burden for everybody. Maybe just one thing to say as well, that heroin prescription is a treatment program, and the goal is to go to a next program which is abstinence-based. And sometimes it is not enough said, but this is really a treatment program. It's just a low threshold treatment program. I guess we arrive to the end. So one last comment on balanced approach. So when we talk about balanced approach, we said, okay, we need to do supply and to do demand. Okay, so this is true, but this is not enough. It is not enough to balance the budget, because if we have different pillars and they don't communicate with each other, it is not, we will not yield results. So pragmatic solution, they need to be built together. And in fact, this is the best graphic I got for the 4 pillars, and this is from Canada, so we don't invent that. 4 pillars should be like this. Coordination is the center. Cooperation is everything. We should all do together pursue the same goal. In my country, the goal was to reduce the burden, so we did it together. And I think it is very important. And the 4 pillars, we can say now, people, they see it like this, like a chair. So it is not like I can achieve something somewhere and achieve something. No, it is something, it can be done together. 4 pillars. If you have only 3, you are just falling apart. Okay, thank you very much.